Welcome inside RIZE Sports Complex as we continue our coverage of RIZE Basketball here on JRM Sports. And welcome to Rise to Greatness 2025 as Team RIZE takes on Ohio Prep. Alongside David McDermott, Matt Forgo here with you as RIZE looks to continue their winning ways this weekend, Damon, and they've already gotten off to a good start. They're 1-0 on the day. They won yesterday, last night. We had the game for you, and now match up against a great Ohio Prep squad.
Yeah, we got to talk to the head coach of Ohio Prep a little bit, and they're 1-0. They won their first game 70-33. They're both in pool white for team standings here, and it should be a good one too. Ohio Prep's got some size, so they should be able to at least battle on the boards. A lot of teams can't do that against RIZE.
And Mamadou Kane does win the jump. Southall here to the near side as the offense for RIZE gets things rolling along here this afternoon. Guyton dumps it inside to Kane, back outside, returning the favor. A three that off the front of the rim. A rebound issued there by Kane outside to Drew Steele. He comes up empty on a three, gets his own rebound, attacks the rim, and gets our first points of the afternoon.
Every coach will love that. You miss your three-pointer, just follow your shot if you know it's off right away and put it right back up for a layup and an easy 2 points.
Mentioned the size of this Ohio Prep squad. Even at the guard positions, deep three on the way to get things going, and it's pure for Ethan Oburn.
We did get his last name right. Coach came up, we had a couple questions, but Oburn right away will remind us his last name, splashing that three with the defender in his face as well.
Steele's bouncing it near side as Sumari runs the baseline, pulls it outside near side wing. Kane back outside Sumari, popped up into the air. He pulls it back down, and then put it through the 5-hole. Mamadou Kane out of bounds.
Shout out to Ben Young, probably only 5'5", playing help defense there against Mamadou Kane, and did a really good job to force a steal.
Oburn up the floor on the right-handed dribble, guarded by Guyton. Zerger, now the smallest man on the floor, Ben Young. Zerger back with it, guarded against Southall. On the block, pulled it outside and threw it away, and giveth and taketh away. Both teams trading turnovers.
You can tell right away, though, this is going to be a very competitive game. Both of these defenses are all over the place so far, forcing a couple turnovers, and no shot's going to be easy in this game.
Steele's on the right hand. Back outside. Southall and Guyton now with it. He'll drive and was fouled on the way. First foul of the afternoon. And it is Oburn picking up the foul.
Oburn wanted a jump ball there, but just a little bit too late on trying to get that shot or that shot block attempt.
Damian Johnson, George Camosa on the floor for Ohio Prep.
Some early subs, maybe a little bit of a chess match. We know RIZE has 10 players. Ohio Prep has 7. Try to give everybody a quick breather.
Camosa and now Young. Tied at 3. Ohio Prep down to 12 seconds to shoot. Pulls up for a 3. Short on the attempt by George Camosa.
Oh, Ben Young, the little man, getting a steal off of Rob Southall. You could barely see him behind Drew Steele.
And getting the score to go along with it.
I mean, he's giving up some size, but he's very quick. First step.
And a loose basketball taken away Johnson. Johnson bouncing it up to Young. There's a confidence factor for Ben Young, you could tell.
Oh, when you're a little bit undersized, you know every game you got to be confident going in, and really like his game so far. And right away, just from that game we had last night, RIZE got into an early lead today. They're getting slowed down early on. You can tell this Ohio Prep team's very well coached, got some size, and should be a really good game as we're only 3 minutes into this one.
Inside one dribble, back outside to Southall. He'll pull it back out. Guyton will attempt the triple.
you never know who's going to get hot for this Rise team. First, Guyton right there, his second three-point attempt of the night. Cashes in, and a good job to penetrate that defense. Somebody's going to be open on the wing.
6'3" sophomore gives Rise the lead, and then this one gets tipped. And nice hustle play by Sumari. They were just going to let it go, knowing that they were going to get the possession, but it wasn't a gimme possession. And now Rise has it. Southall inside to Kane, and Kane is fouled.
It's going to be a block. He just didn't let Mamadou Kane get that up cleanly. He'll be up to the line. And again, we always talk about the most surprising thing for Mamadou Kane. Some teams will say, let's foul the big guy. They're going to find out quick that he can make his free throws.
Here's Mamadou Kane.
Well,
and the announcer's jinx.
I thought we didn't believe
still appropriate.
Okay. All right. We believe in it today.
We believe in it when it happens to you.
Okay.
And we don't if it happens to me.
You guys see what I deal with in the workplace. Oh, he missed both. He's not missed one all weekend.
No.
I will say Mamadou Kane is a great free throw shooter. It's early. He'll be back at the line.
Camosa driving, jumping towards the hoop, but comes up empty. Bouncing his steals. Now Kane outside, they guided. Top of the key. 3 for Kane. A little bit too much. Nice rebound by Southall and fouled. Another trip to the line, and this time it's Rob Southall.
That's what's been really impressive for Rob Southall so far in this summer season in AAU. He's been so aggressive on the boards. We know the coaches say they got a lifting program in the offseason. He's bulking up a little bit. And, I mean, he's been awesome on the defensive and offensive boards so far this AAU season. And, again, these guys are 15 years old. They're growing into their bodies every single day. And he's really getting really aggressive down low, doing a really good job.
Sharman White, it's become tradition now to bring all 4 players over during foul shots.
Yep. We talked about it yesterday. It's even that second shot, sometimes he goes, I don't care if we don't get the rebound. I need to talk to you guys, make sure we know what we're doing offensively and defensively.
Yeah, it can potentially give up opportunity.
No.
He doesn't care about it.
All about staying organized, playing as a team. Southall cashes in on both. Cracion checked in that huddle, and so did Brandon Pickett, who's had a really nice AAU season as well.
No burn through the lane. Nothing on the first. Doesn't get the roll in the second attempt. Kane outlets to Steals. Steals finishes with the left hand, but can't get it to fall, and a Southall getting the recycled bucket.
It's another offensive rebound for Rob Southall. Has 2 already in the first 5 minutes.
Putnam around the horn to Johnson over the far side, and Auburn. Almost losing control there. Camosa double-teamed. Doesn't know where to go. He'll just go up with it.
There's that Rise defense. And then right to the outlet. Just misses Southall. But again, this defense just makes you think, where'd all the space go on the floor?
Ben Young back on the floor with Ryan Zerger. Bouncing inside to Zerger. Outside Auburn. 3 that doesn't go. Southall tracks it down and gets it to Steals. Cracion. Cross-court pass to Pickett. Pickett up strong and fouled. And another trip to the line here for Rise. Something we haven't really seen much this AAU season is Rise earning trips to the line. But Sharman White has to be happy with the takes and the percentage shots that they're doing right now.
Honestly, again, AAU is always about adjusting, and I know they've shot the ball so well from 3, but some of these teams are going to have to penetrate and draw some fouls. So I think it's a good way for this team to get some more reps. as Nolan Reed will check in now for Rob Southall, so you go with a little bit more of a small lineup.
Mentioned Sharman White for Team Rise, and for Ohio Prep, it's Jeff Young, who's the head coach of Walsh University, including 4 trips to the NCAA tournament. Oburn is hacked. Reed picks up the foul.
Hey, step out. Ben, go through.
Johnson brings it back into the forecourt. Down low, back out into the corner. A 3 by Ethan Oburn.
Oburn already has 2 triples in this one, 6 points for Ohio Prep.
Pickett, stop and pop. Won't go. Roger with the rebound, and here's Oburn to Johnson. Off the pass, and gets the bounce to go.
I mean, that was a confident shot. That was NBA range. A little backspin on it, but you'll take it any time.
Catch and shoot opportunity. He took it.
Just like that, they got the lead. They were down by 6 at one point here. But then
And an
Nolan Reed
answer.
strikes.
Nolan Reed with the answer from long range.
Matt, I got a prediction that this game is going to be back and forth, and we could see both of these teams getting hot pretty quick.
Deep 3 on the way. Trying to answer. The answer was Ben Young. This one tipped around. Steals comes up with it. Leads it ahead to Pickett. Pickett laying up off the window for 2.
Good job by Pickett knowing there. Ben Young's smaller than him. You just got to attack the basket there and try to get yourself an easy 2 points, and he does.
Day 2 of Rise to Greatness 2025. Ohio Prep trailing Rise right now. Inside on the right-hand shot. That doesn't go for Zerger. And out of bounds.
Talk
See
about
Chris Toll and Jameer Guyton return.
You talked about Walsh University. Division II, North Canton, they're called the Cavaliers, too. I guess that's a lot of pressure up there in Ohio, but a really good Division II program, too. So this is a very good, well-coached team as well for Ohio Prep. You're seeing that early as well.
Good ball movement. Reed, another 3. Guyton, a board, and a bucket.
Already has 6 on the day. Again, it's so impressive these guards get so many offensive rebounds. There's teams that just, they stay on the perimeter and they don't crash the boards. Rise is always crashing the boards.
Free attempt by Young. Goes off the rim and chased into the corner by Reed. Trying to fit that in a tight window, did Reed. Got it to Guyton. He pulls it out after being double-teamed. Pickett settles things down. He'll go for the 3, and he'll drill it. Timeout, Ohio Prep, as the lead swells to 9, 20-11. Rise on top of Ohio Prep.
Man, and this is what's so frustrating when you play Rise. I mean, Ohio Prep's got to think, hey, we're playing pretty good basketball here. It's just the shot-making ability and the offensive rebounds by Rise. As you see right there, Jameer Guyton, a shooting guard, getting an offensive rebound. We've seen Southall get 2 offensive rebounds. Most of the time, if you get those second chance points on Rise, they're going to cash in on some threes like you just saw there from Pickett.
Well, you just saw Ohio be able to trim the deficit down a first time, and then Rise takes over, hits a couple shots, gets a couple second chance opportunities, and makes them pay for it.
Yeah, every single time this team, I love how talented they are. They still always have an emphasis on offensive and defensive boards. Teams can get very lazy when you're more talented than a lot of these teams. But I mean, We talked about it yesterday. They're a physical team. When you play RIZE, you feel it the next day, the way they attack the boards. So we'll see what Ohio Prep can do outside of this timeout, down by 9.
Oburn is fouled by Kane. Southall will take his place.
Corner, George, corner. Go, Ryan, go. Nice.
Bounce inside off the window for Ryan Zerger.
Nice job. Pick and roll play there. Zerger did a really good job. Cut it inside. Nice pass as well.
Tall inside to Southall. Back out to Tall for 3. Off the rim, just off.
Good look, though, there for RIZE. We know Tall can make that shot most of the time.
Ryan, good angle. Go. Go, Ryan, go. Go, Ryan.
Tough shot there for Oburn.
I think he thought he was going to get a little bit more space off of that pick and roll, and the defender did a good job following him along.
Another look for Toll from the wing. And a foul on RIZE off the rebound.
Yeah, Southall used his elbow there and kind of extended off that defender's back. Can't do that. Ref's going to see that every time. Shout out to our refs, too. They're here a second straight day. Same crew. Refs want to stay sharp during the offseason as well.
Yeah, it's an all-year affair for them as well as Zerger finds another off the window.
He's starting to find his space here when he's cutting inside. Mamadou Kane's going to have to start following him along. And Rob Southall, who they're playing pretty much one-on-one on the wing right now.
Guyton. Samari and now to Steele. Guyton backing down, moved it back out to Steele. 10 seconds to shoot. Guyton with 4. Yes!
Good job there by Chris Toll to find Guyton as the shot clock was winding down, and good job by Guyton to get a quick release off there. Ohio Prep did about everything right that possession.
Go, George, go.
Putnam up top to Camosa. Deep 3, Camosa. Loses it out of bounds. Looks like Sumari the last to touch it.
Zerger takes a breather, and Oburn takes a breather for Ohio Prep. Tavion Johnson back in the game.
Young looks for 3. He can't find it. Steals up the floor. Samari to Southall. Kane thought about it. Will dish. Steals. Unleashes the 3. Can't go. Put back. Beautifully done by Isaac Samari.
Again, another guard down low. Right there, they doubled Mamadou Kane, so he couldn't get that offensive rebound. So you got an Isaac Samari going down there and getting that board.
Mosa
40, go, George, go.
to Johnson. Got it swatted away by Sumari, and then a foul. Just an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah, he thought he had a steal, and then it went right back at him, so then he's running into the ball handler there, Johnson. But good defense there by RIZE. Again, when you play man-to-man and this close, chest-to-chest, there's going to be some fouls. There's a reason why you can give up 7 or 8 before you're in the bonus.
Take away for Steele. Guyton. Mamadou Kane and Sumari back inside. Little give and go.
Love that play. Really good job. You pretty much had to get Ben Young going on Mamadou Kane, which is about a foot difference when you do a pick and roll there, and a really nice play by RIZE.
Deep three. Doesn't go for Johnson. Outlet to Kane. Mamadou. 2 more.
The big man makes Duncan look so easy. I mean,
Yeah.
Push 3 back. Go, George. Back up, man. Keep moving it.
Driving is Johnson. Back outside to Young. Look for 3 that comes up off the mark. Camosa gets the rebound in the corner. He'll throw one towards the basket and out of bounds.
there's that easy layup by Mamadou Kane. And then here comes the dunk from our dunk cam. Mamadou Kane real quick. Again, makes it look so easy, and Rise now has a 14-point lead as there was a little fight back by Ohio Prep. They've got it down to 5.
Great job by the boys and the girls in the truck. That one blocked by Southall.
That was a really underrated play there.
And he got his pocket picked.
But right there, he could have jumped that first pump fake and probably drew a foul. Stayed patient. There's a nice 3 by Coburn as well.
Oburn.
He's got 9 as well. He's got half the points for Ohio Prep. I think they're all 3s as well, Matt. He's doing a really good job being the point guard for this Ohio Prep team.
Rise being patient here. Into Southall. Left side. Back out to Kane. Triple. Doesn't go. 50-50 ball and pulled down by Price Roger.
Samara almost got to that again with 3 Ohio Prep defenders around him. Look
Deep
out.
3. Just in and out for Oburn.
That was Curry range.
And Cracion putting a little English on that one.
First time hearing his name today, but Cracion's been doing a good job so far this AAU season off the bench for Rise.
We're in it. Quick. Other end, go.
Driving on the left hand as Ryan Zerger comes up short. Rise leading 31-18 and 20 seconds to go. 21 exactly.
Turnover by Rise. There's that layup by Cracion using his right hand there. But now Ohio Prep will get this final possession if they choose to run down this clock with 21 seconds to go.
Corner, get out of there.
Putnam fouled with 10.
Right in the fist. 10 seconds.
Clean game for the most part. Only 5 fouls and 4 fouls.
And I thought the officials were calling it a little tighter than they had
Yeah.
in games we've seen before. Oburn going to be able to put one up here.
Behind the back pass.
3 that doesn't go for Johnson, and one more that doesn't fall at the buzzer. 31-18 at the break. It's Rise leading Ohio Prep, and you are watching live coverage of RIZE Basketball here on JRM Sports. We'll come back with the second half after a quick timeout. And we'll welcome you back to RIZE Sports, Leedsville, Pennsylvania, and the Rise to Greatness 2025. Ohio Prep trailing RIZE 31-18 with Damon McDermott, Matt Forgo here with you. Second half underway. RIZE in front. Ethan Oborn comes up empty on that three.
Whoa! Both of us were. I don't know if we're going for the alley-oop or that one just slipped a little bit.
Your reaction said it all.
Mamadou Kane said, "Hey, I'm 6'8". I'm not 7'8". And we can laugh because, I mean, this team's playing so good. I mean, mistakes are going to happen sometimes. Maybe the ball's a little slippery, but Mamadou Kane even smiling at him like, hey.
Southall settles it.
You see those once in a while go in, too, when someone's trying to throw an alley-oop, and then they just laugh it off.
Guyton cuts on the right hand.
He's having a heck of a day. Now 11 points for Jameer Guyton. It's just amazing to me. Every time we do a game, Matt, I feel like there's a different leading scorer for RIZE.
Ohio goes back to work. Camosa trying to show what he can do, and ball tipped out of bounds by RIZE. Stays with Ohio.
Ref having some fun with Sharman White there. Sharman said, that went off of Ohio Prep. He said, absolutely not. Guys know each other from around this AAU circuit.
A nice steal by Guyton. Shot clock was expiring anyway. Southall on the other end finishes.
Again, Southall looks like he's put on a couple pounds of muscle. He's physical down low, doing a really good job. Contact layup there gets you some 2 points.
Oborn got some separation, moved it into the corner. Three on the way for Young, and it's good.
Both of those guys have impressed me tonight. Young now with 5.
Just seeing Young right up against Mamadou Kane.
Oh, it's unreal. But that's the beauty of basketball. I mean, Ben Young plays his role very well, and he shoots the ball so high because he knows he has to.
Steals, short on the long two. Oborn going to work off the side of the backboard. Kane traces it down. Here's Guyton along the baseline. Couldn't get it to fall.
Ethan Oborn, his coach even said he's looking a little tired, going to need a break here, but he's having a really good game as well with 9 points, leading the charge for Ohio Prep. All of these guys out of Jackson High School, and Matt, they're going to end up going to the Pirate game, they're saying tonight, to watch a famous alumni that plays for the Pirates.
Pretty cool.
Kyle Nicholas, who was a good basketball player as well. 6th man on the basketball team, and they won a state title.
On the roll for Ryan Zerger.
Just shows you some of these high school guys. They're just dominant in any sport they play. A lot of these RIZE guys, we know Nolan Donnelly, really good baseball player. Some of these other guys play some other sports as well.
Samari almost surprised it opened up so much for him. He had a little bit more to go to the basket. Foul there. Guyton going to be the guilty party.
Love that hesitation and put it through your legs there and get a layup attempt for Tavion Johnson, who will go to the line. Ohio Prep trying to make a little comeback here. If they make both of those foul shots, they get it back down to 10. At one point, they were trailing all the way by 19.
Well, we have basketball royalty amongst us here at RIZE this afternoon. Tim Hardaway is watching this afternoon's contest with Thomas Tull up on the deck.
Son's still a prolific NBA player, and I know that Tim Hardaway Sr.'s had a lot of say in development. A lot of these young guys throughout the United States, loves keeping a pulse on the AAU scene, and I know he knows Sharman White as well and how good he's developed some players over time.
2022 Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer.
Basketball Hall of Fame is so cool to me too, Matt, because it's not just NBA players. I mean, it's you're respected in college, and if you played European hoops, and it's so cool to see the
some friends over there with the Globetrotters that have found their way in.
It's such a cool. That's one of the ones that I've never got to go and look at, but that's me and you as being sports junkies. That's a place I'd love to tour as well.
It's a cool place.
But it's always awesome to see these older guys support the younger guys in AAU and encourage them and just get in their ear like, hey, this is what you need to work on if you want to play at that next level. And why wouldn't you listen to a Hall of Famer at all times?
Steele showing what he can do.
He's been quiet here tonight, but again, he just plays his role some nights. Tonight he's being a point guard, playing really good defensively, but we saw him with a one-handed jam yesterday and 20 points. That's his second basket here tonight. And again, his first step is just so quick, Matt. He was on that left baseline, and he was under the hoop in a second. You see it right here. He takes one dribble, 2 steps, uses his right hand underneath the hoop, does a really good job.
Finishing the thought on Hardaway, 5-time All-Star, All-NBA first team in 97, 3-time NBA second team. His number 10 jersey retired by the Miami Heat.
That's awesome. I mean, what more could he ask for in a career?
One of the best. And pretty cool to be 15 years old and have him watching your game as the 3 hit by Tavian Johnson.
Get off, Ben. Get off him, Ben. Get over here.
Ben Young trying to play some defense against Guyton, and Guyton winning and getting the bucket. Young in trouble. Turnover. Gracion behind the back to Guyton off the window. No, couldn't get it to fall. Ohio trying to get some transition points. They missed an open layup.
Watch out.
Mamadou Kane all alone. A one-handed jam.
We saw the two-handed jam the first time. He wanted to mix it up a little bit. I'm scared to see the time he tries a windmill or something else. But so far, just some easy ones, easy points. They all count the same.
Johnson guarded by Pickett. And an errant pass there that will give Rise the basketball.
Here's that breakaway dunk by Mamadou Kane. This time goes up with the right hand. Again, these Rise rims, I feel bad for him when Mamadou Kane plays. Drew Steele shows he can dunk. I know Southall can dunk. I heard him. What's funny when you're playing 15U is Drew Steele's catches in another 3. I heard them warming up, and he goes, how many in-game dunks you have? I'm like, you guys are 15 talking about how many in-game dunks you guys all have. And there's a steal, but again, Ohio Prep recovers.
Young guarded by Steels. Into the corner. Oburn throws one up. Rims out. He's been so close. He could have another 10 points if some of these ones.
Big block. But, yeah, absolutely. Again, he's having such a good game. I really like his game. A lot of the times, nothing looks rushed. He's doing a good job for Ohio Prep, trying to keep him in this game. Big block there by Ryan Zarger, but it will stay Rise basketball. And I know it's a 16-point game, but we've seen Rise play some of these teams. And then, honestly, they run them out of the gym. Respectfully, this game, Ohio Prep's playing very well. It's just Rise is such a efficient team as Gracion misses a 3 there. But I like what I've seen from this Ohio Prep team so far in this game. Again, they're playing 7 versus 10, so you just played a game as well. So these guys are a little gassed, but they're playing a really good game and getting some good reps in.
Yeah, both of these guys, second game of the day, right?
Yep.
We'll have have RIZE action for you tomorrow as well, putting a lid on this weekend's festivities.
Shout out again to our crew. We were here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, covering all the games. We get to do the easy part. We sit here and talk, Matt.
Right. It's true. Chris Toll back on the floor.
Auburn cashes in on both. They're back down to 14.
Mamadou, left block, and pass went right, he went left.
See, Ohio Prep can try to get this back down to a 11 or 12 point game. They got it all the way down to 8 early on in that first half.
Young with it. Auburn.
Good job by Nolan Reed staying with Auburn. I mean, he's got a lot of tricks in his bag. A little behind the back dribble move between the legs.
Roger loses it out of bounds. RIZE basketball.
And this is what's so hard. You think every single possession you got to score against this RIZE team, and you start rushing a little bit, and there's going to be some turnovers.
Gracian back outside. Pickett a look for three. And that won't fall either.
Good job by Ohio Prep. They finally sniffed out that pick and roll. They thought Gracian was going to be wide open there, so then they have to go outside to Pickett.
In traffic, moved it back outside to Putnam. Putnam stops his dribble and got it taken away from him by Tull. Pickett now on the other end. Pickett drives left-handed. Scoop shot falls.
Love that scoop shot move there. And nobody thought he had enough space. You switch to your left hand.
Auburn feeds it inside. Falling away was Zerger. Couldn't get it to go. And Pickett comes away with it.
Pickett was 7 here tonight. There's Gracian and Nolan Reed trying to work on the pick and roll again. That time Gracian popped out. So Nolan Reed had a little space for that shot, but it didn't go.
Three ball from the corner, yes, for Ben Young.
Ben Young, I'm not saying as an insult, but the little man, he's got a lot to his game. I really like it.
Yes. Into Reed. Reed bucket and a foul.
Really good ball movement there to work it down low to Reed using that size. He's another one. We didn't really know Nolan Reed before AAU season, but he's done a really good job for RIZE coming off the bench. There's games he scored 15, 12.
He will be a freshman.
Yep. And that's so impressive. I mean, he looks already like you think the game speed might be a little fast for him. A lot of these guys from Ohio Prep play at Jackson and some other schools where they make state finals just like Swickley does. But, I mean, every game he's looked calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah. Johnson. Putnam. Auburn calling for it. Auburn stepped out, handed it back off. Cutting through is Johnson to the wing, and a three. George Camosa.
This team's not going away, down 13 now with 5:50 to go, but that's a huge bucket and Camosa's first bucket of the game. well timely. But again, this Ohio team, every time you think it might be over, down to 13 with 5:50 to go. Really fun, competitive AAU game here we have to have our broadcast today. Again, we talked about both of these head coaches. We've talked about Sharman White a lot as well. Matt, 6-time gold medalist, not too bad, coaching the best U.S. junior players in the nation. And then on the other side, we talked about from Walsh University, both of these guys, it's so impressive to me. They don't really look at the score. It's all about you want to execute every single offensive and defensive possession, and both of these teams well coached. Been a fun game to watch so far.
It has been a fun one. 49-36. I think our scoreboard you were seeing there is
It's coming, I think.
a little off.
We'll get there.
Steal here by Johnson.
What a play by Pickett
How
not to
about
give up
Pickett?
on that. I mean, no foul either. He went all ball there, went straight up. Exactly what you want out of a coach when he tells you, or out of your player when you're a coach.
Johnson will trigger it in. It goes right in on the inbounds play. They missed the layup.
Love that inbound play, though.
Zerger couldn't get it to go. Samare along the baseline. Southall into Mamadou. Back outside. Steals. Wants another. Mamadou, the board, and the bucket.
That turnaround jumper, when his mid-range starts working, we've seen him attempt 2 threes as well. If he can extend that range, I mean, defenders start looking at each other like, what else can we do against this guy?
I wonder what Mr. Hardaway thinks about Mamadou Canes.
I mean, he's got to be, especially when you say he's 15 and he's it's so much for his game to improve. Biggest thing that I've seen him working on, and you can tell in some of these games, is ball handling is getting way better. He'll take it up the court if he needs to. Creates a little bit of space for himself, and then he's been working on that three-pointer. Everybody wants to shoot threes now. They don't care if you're 7 foot tall. Wemby's, 7'4"? He shoots threes as well. And what's crazy now, 6'8" is now a small forward. That's not even a power forward at the next level, a lot of these teams.
Right. Hermosa feeding it inside. Zerger against Sumare. Moved it out to the wing. A 3 on the way, and another one is good.
Really nice play there. Mamadou Kane had to come play help defense on Zerger because he's big compared to Samare, and then somebody's going to be wide open, and you cash in on that 3. Sorry to cut you off there a little bit, Matt,
No
but
worries.
nice play there by Ohio Prep and good ball movement.
Mamadou, wow. How can you stop that?
As you have Ohio Prep kind of shaking their heads. I didn't know he could do that, too.
I don't think Coach knew either because he takes a timeout here.
Yeah, it just, again, Mamadou Kane's playing the 5. Again, basketball now is a little bit different than back in the day, but you see him right there. That's beyond the free throw line. That's a deep mid-range shot, and I mean, you're just not expecting him to pull up. And he has a quick release, too. It's a lot of big guys will, like, shoot it over their head, and it's elongated, but he has a really nice shot, and it's just going to keep getting better.
So Prep takes the timeout, and that's their final timeout of the game.
Well, they keep getting closer, so I think they want to get it down below 10 probably before 3 minutes. But every time they score a basket, the RIZE is coming right back. So, again, this huddle here, they're going to be talking about, all right, how do we get a 2 or a 3 here, and then we got to get back on defense because we don't start getting some turnovers or just making RIZE miss some shots. I mean, it's going to be a loss for Ohio Prep, and they've played a pretty good basketball game as well. Keeping RIZE to only 53 points is impressive. We've seen every game them score anywhere from 60 to 85 points.
Yeah, it's certainly not the game that I expected we'd see. Expected to be a lot higher scoring.
Yeah, I just think both of these teams are well coached, play good defense, and even though they're dangerous offensively, as you see a deep three.
Doesn't go. Steals is there.
And I would say Ohio Prep had some open three chances that just haven't gone tonight. That could have been the factor as well. But, again, this RIZE team, if you give them open threes, they just make a lot of them.
Southall. Good ball movement here by RIZE. Southall gets it along the baseline, up and under. Wouldn't expect Auburn more of your traditional three.
Yeah, I would say so, but he doesn't rush anything, and that reminds me a lot of, like, you'll see some mid-major point guards do that where, like, they don't have the build that you're particularly looking for a point guard, but he does everything so well, and he uses his body to get space when he takes shots, and he's done that tonight as well. I would say Ben Young's their point guard, but Auburn's playing like the 2 today, and he's the primary ball handler.
Right. Deep three for Young. Just off. As Mamadou tries to do it all, running the gauntlet there.
Zarger just shook his head. He's like, I played perfect defense. I don't know what you want me to do there, Coach. As that's Mamadou Kane's 10th point.
Changing in the air was Kane. Pulling up Johnson. That won't go. Guyton on the pass from Kane. A little spin.
Hitting that B button on the Xbox controller right there for Guyton with a nice play. He's up to 13 points here tonight.
Johnson now to Auburn. Zerger won't get it to go. Out of bounds.
A little bit of contact underneath the hoop. It'll be a foul on Ohio Prep. So we'll probably get our last subs into the game in this one with 1:33 to go. Prep made it interesting, but it looks like RIZE is going to go 3-0 on the weekend so far, as they'll be back on JRM tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon, another one for you. Tall shot off the mark and got out of bounds.
Watch out, Evan.
Gracion, no. Reed, yes, the triple.
He has attempted 2 threes. He's made them both for Nolan Reed. And there's that 60 mark we talk a lot about for RIZE.
That one off the mark from 3 for Camosa. And a 3 for Gracion. Won't roll in. In and out. Put back good. Bryce Roger gets the bucket. Just saw WPIL legend Ralph Blundo walk in, the Newcastle Red Hurricane high school coach.
You never know who you're going to run into in these games, who they're coaching, or they just like to watch some good basketball.
I think we'll have their game tomorrow.
There's Auburn again.
Yeah, he's showing he can do it inside as we round things out here. Travel is called 4 seconds ago. Of Jeff Young saying, run our play. Let's practice what this would be like.
Go for it.
And how about it? Ethan Auburn hits a deep 3.
He was awesome to watch tonight. I liked Auburn a lot, and that's how you cap it off. But another big win for Rise as they win this one 60-46. They won last night 60-32 against Team Wildcat. They beat Ohio Prep. Ohio Prep falls to 1-1. Rise is now 3-0, and they got one more game tomorrow. Matt, not to steal your thunder, but you are correct. They play Caveman tomorrow at noon, and it will be on JRM Sports.
Yeah, I saw Connor Toll with a little bit of an air cast on.
I was wondering we didn't see him today.
Ankle, so something to keep an eye out there for the rest of the circuit. Don't know if we'll see him tomorrow or if he'll be shut down until next time. But that'll do it for this time. Rise wins it over Ohio Prep. For David McDermott and our entire JRM production crew, thanks so much for watching this presentation of RIZE Basketball. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, right back here on JRM Sports. Have a great day, everybody.